coronavirus outbreak spreads across the world. The World Health Organization has now classified the risk of coronavirus spreading globally as very high. Over a dozen cases have now been confirmed in the U.S. as countries like New Zealand, Nigeria, and Belarus have become the latest countries to report new cases. South Korea has seen the largest single-day surge with over 800 new cases, making their 3,100 infections the largest outbreak outside of China. Coronavirus outbreak spreads across the U.S. The Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors and the Department of Public Health have declared a local and public health emergency in response to the spread of coronavirus across the country, which includes 6 additional cases in LA County. None of the new cases are from community spread and all the new cases were exposed to coronavirus through close contacts, the country said in a statement. None of the cases were linked to the first case reported in LA County in January. These declarations are a swift response to this emergent issue and will enhance our ability to effectively manage our response, said Supervisor Catherine Barger, chair of the Board of Supervisors. These actions will allow us to have even greater coordination to protect our more than 10 million residents and prevent the spread of COVID-19 in our communities. One of the newly announced coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County is a medical screener at Los Angeles International Airport, according to the Department of Homeland Security. This contract worker had not been at work for more than a week before developing symptoms, DHS says. It is unclear whether the virus was contracted through their work with travelers or via community spread. The patient is currently isolated at home with mild symptoms. Another family in New York has been confirmed to have the coronavirus, Governor Andrew Cuomo tweeted this afternoon. The family from New Rochelle is believed to have been in contact with a 50-year-old attorney, who has since been hospitalized. The attorney and his family were confirmed to have the virus earlier today. This brings the total number of confirmed cases in New York to 11. King County, Washington, is setting up more modular buildings to serve as quarantine and isolation units for novel coronavirus cases. County Executive Dow Constantine announced in a news conference today that they now have 3 sites set aside for the buildings in the communities of White Center, Interbay, and North Seattle. Constantine also confirmed they are moving forward with the purchase of a motel in Kent to use for quarantine, despite concerns from Kent community leaders. Constantine says they hope to have the motel operational within days. This situation requires us to act with urgency, Constantine said. We all need to be in this together. All residents at the Kirkland, Washington nursing home where 5 residents died of novel coronavirus will have the opportunity to be tested, according to the head of King County's health department. Dr. Jeff Duchin announced in a press conference that they are developing a plan to test all residents for coronavirus, but adds, I want the families to understand that the care that they receive is not dependent on the results of their test. Duchin says residents at Life Care Center likely have been affected or are at a high risk for infection, and are being managed as if they are. Duchin says more state resources are being devoted to Life Care Center. 2 state health workers are now on site at the nursing home, dedicated to evaluating the needs of the facility's residents and workers. There are now 149 cases of the novel coronavirus, including 10 deaths, in the United States, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, as well as state and local governments. According to the CDC, there are 49 cases from repatriated citizens. According to CNN Health's tally of cases that are detected and tested through the U.S. public health systems, there are 100 cases in 13 states, bringing the total of coronavirus cases to 149. This includes presumptive positive cases that tested positive in a public health lab and are pending confirmation from the CDC, and confirmed cases have received positive results from the CDC. A state-by-state breakdown of the U.S. cases. Arizona, 2. California, 33. Florida, 3. Georgia, 2. Illinois, 4. Massachusetts, 2. New Hampshire, 2. New York, 6. North Carolina, 1. Oregon, 3. Rhode Island, 2. Washington State, 39, includes 10 fatalities. Wisconsin, 1. Spain confirms second death from coronavirus. Spain confirmed a second death from coronavirus on Wednesday, according to a statesman released by the Health Department for the Basque Country. It was an 82-year-old man with pre-existing chronic conditions who also had pneumonia, the statement said. The total numbers of cases in Spain is now 219. The capital, Madrid, is the region with most cases, with 76 people infected with the virus. Case of coronavirus. Slovenia confirmed its first case of coronavirus today, according to a statement from the government of Slovenia on its official website. Before this infection, 352 coronavirus tests had been carried out in Slovenia and the results were all negative, the government said. The statement said the occurrence of the first confirmed case of the COVID-19 virus in the country was only a matter of time. All competent institutions are constantly monitoring the situation and informing the public about preventive measures. Measures to curb the spread of infections in our country that may be required in the future are also prepared, the government said. Brazil confirms third case of novel coronavirus. Brazil's third case of the novel coronavirus was confirmed by Brazil's health ministry today. A 46-year-old Colombian man tested positive upon returning to Brazil from a trip to Spain, Austria, and Germany, the health ministry said. In all three cases, the patients became ill after visiting Europe and did not contract the virus in Brazil, according to the health ministry. Italy cancels all sporting events in areas affected by the coronavirus. Italy has ordered the cancellation of all sporting events in 11 red zone municipalities most affected by coronavirus. The country has also imposed restrictions on sporting events, including training elsewhere in the country. The Ministry of Health announced Wednesday that in the 11 red zone municipalities, all events and sports competitions are suspended in both public and private settings, even if taking place in closed settings. Those restrictions apply in Berdonico, Castelpusterlengo, Castelgirundo, Castiglione d'Adda, Codagno, Fombio, Maglio, San Fiorano, Somaglia, Terranova dei Passerini, and Bo. Outside those municipalities, in the regions of Emilia-Romagna, Lombardy, and Veneto, among other locations, sports competitions and training are permitted only behind closed doors, a statement on the Ministry of Health website says. Sports fans from the affected regions are also barred from traveling to other regions, the decree says.